I'm Niamh Cassidy, a former social care worker who, after having my own children, found a calling as a childbirth educator and lactation consultant. Back when I started this journey, I faced the same challenges many of you might be experiencing right now, struggling to get enough clients to make my business viable long term. I knew in my heart that I had the skills and knowledge to make a difference, but the thought of marketing and selling left me feeling a bit uneasy. I didn't want to compromise my authenticity and values just to attract clients. I invested in trainings and mentorships, and I tried various strategies that I learned, but it often felt like I couldn't implement a lot of it because what I was being taught didn't match my values as a birth and postpartum worker. That's when I decided to take matters into my own hand. I embarked on a mission to learn, to experiment, and to find ethical and authentic ways to share my expertise, support my clients, and build a sustainable practice. Today, I'm proud to say that I run a thriving private practice, and I'm here to share my insights with all of you to help you to do the same. Join me on this journey as I help you bridge the gap between your passion for supporting new parents and the success you deserve. Together, we'll discover the power of ethical, authentic, and effective approaches, not only to make a living, but also to make a positive impact in the world of birth and postnatal care. Let's get started on this empowering journey together. So, hello and welcome to the Pregnancy and Postnatal Entrepreneurs Collective, where I empower you as a birth and postpartum professional to thrive in your business. I'm Niamh Cassidy, business coach, and I am dedicated to supporting birth and postpartum workers worldwide. Today, we're diving into a topic that every service provider faces at some point, and that's dealing with business lulls. So, let's get started. When I was thinking about this topic first, it reminded me of establishing breastfeeding and building a breastfeeding supply. So, before we even get into talking about lulls, the first thing that we need to do is to build a regular supply of clients. So, think about those early stages of breastfeeding where there's a lot of effort to go in, there are very frequent feeds. So, when you're starting your business and you're trying to build your business up, it can be quite busy and there's a lot of things to be done. So, building a regular supply of clients is the cornerstone of having a successful practice. And it starts with creating that strong foundation through getting your name out there, to networking with different people, to having a really good online presence, and starting to get those clients rolling in, getting those clients in to see you. Because then, once we have a regular supply of clients, those clients start to tell more people about us, and those word of mouth referrals start to come in because satisfied clients spread the word. A happy client can be your best advocate. So consider asking clients to talk about you, consider getting reviews, and people like to help out. So if you're letting them know that this is helping you out, if they mention your name or if they talk about you or if they tell a friend about you, then people are really likely to do it. Also, in that, maintaining an active presence on social media can be really important in these early phases of building supply. So building your client supply until you can get into that maintenance phase. So being able to keep consistent then once you are getting regular clients and be continuing to share valuable content, engaging with your audience, and showcasing that you are an expert in your field, because this not only attracts new clients, but it keeps the clients who've accessed your service already in your world. So it keeps you top of their mind. So they will continue to send referrals your way. So once we've established a good business model, once we've established our client lists, we now have regular clients who are coming to see us, and we're trying to maintain that through consistent social media, continuing with networking. Now and again, there still will be lulls in business. Sometimes that's because we took our foot off the pedal and maybe we weren't on social media as much, or maybe we hadn't been seeing as many clients anyway for personal reasons. So those lulls can sometimes be a little bit scary. So we really want to plan for those lulls before they even happen, because
life is cyclical. There can be ups and downs. And in many businesses, no matter how successful they are, there will be times where there are lulls in the business. So when you have started to establish that regular client group, it's important to start putting money away. So to plan for the times that there will be lulls in business so that you can have a consistent income year round, even if the money that comes into the business changes or fluctuates in different months. So if you think about what you pay yourself and being able to pay yourself a consistent amount every month, but that on those bumper months, on those months where you're doing really well, that it's not taking everything out of business, because you want to have a cushion for when those quieter months, those lulls. So I am a huge advocate of paying yourself a monthly salary from the get go, if at all possible. I started off with paying myself a very low amount. I actually gave my business a loan so that I could actually pay myself that low amount for the first few months, and then I paid it back in smaller increments. And then over time, as I've built my business up, I've been able to increase that monthly income up and up and up until it's at a level that can sustain me throughout the year, no matter how many clients I see on a particular month. So being able to plan for those bumps in the road, for those lulls, just like when we're breastfeeding. So we've built up our supply, we are now in maintenance phase, we're maintaining that supply of breast milk, or we're maintaining that supply of clients. And then sometimes there can be a bump in the road. So you might get sick or someone gets mastitis, and then the supply can dip. So the breast milk supply can dip a little bit. But once we've had that maintenance phase, it's much easier to get that supply back up, whether it's breast milk or clients. So when your business has been going well for a period of time, even if you have a bump in the road, it's much easier to bring those clients back in by getting back on top of things and doing some of the things you were doing in the early days to establish that supply of clients in the first place. So that might be more frequent social media posting, checking that your SEO and your website is working, and getting back out there to other people. So getting back out to reconnecting with your network and reminding people that you're still working, that you're still around. Because if you haven't seen people or spoken to people for a long period of time, you may be out of mind, so if you're not in contact with your network on a regular basis, and I mean your professional network, I mean the other birth and postpartum workers, or the other people who may refer in, whether that's local GPs or local doctors, pediatricians, nurses, whoever it might be that refers into your services, they need to remember that you still exist. Just today, I had a call from a lady who was trying to contact a lactation consultant to get help for her sister in law. And the woman needed help quite urgently, and I wasn't available for another 3 days. So I spoke to the sister in law and I said, listen, I'm not available until Monday, and today is Friday. I said, but I'm going to see if I can, I'm going to give you some names of some other lactation consultants that might be able to help you sooner. And the lady said, but my doctor recommended you, and we really wanted you to come see her. And while I accepted that compliment, I was unable to come and see her, but was able to give her reassurances that the people I was going to recommend were coming personally recommended by me, and that I believed that they would take really good care of her sister in law. And that made her feel better. And then I was able to refer on those names so that that woman could be seen when she needed to be seen, which was really today. And that helps the other people in my network in that they get more referrals, but it also helps me because people then remember that I referred on to them and will refer back to me as well. And also on my intake forms, I ask, who was it? Like, how did you find out about my services? And if they say that it was a friend or a family member or a professional, then I ask if they are comfortable, could they name that person for me so that I can say thank you. So I will then reach out to the referrer and I'll say, thank you for sending somebody my way. I won't break client confidentiality. I will just tell them that I'm grateful that they send people my way. And that helps people feel great, feel excited that they sent a referral, because people like to feel good about themselves. So they feel good about the fact that they sent the referral to me, and then they're more likely to send those referrals again. So if you're finding that you're having a bit of a lull in your business, it can be really helpful to then reach back out to your community, to your network, to people that you know, to just remind them that you are available and of what you do. And attending regular events can really help with that, because you stay top of mind for people, whether they're regular business networking events or whether they're industry specific events. Everybody knows a pregnant or postpartum family. So it doesn't all our networking doesn't always only have to be with other birth or postpartum professionals or other people who are meeting pregnant people professionally. It can be with anyone really, because everybody will know somebody who is currently pregnant or who has recently had a baby. So your referral network can be really, really wide, and that's a really good way to handle a lull. The other important thing to do when there is a lull in your business is to consider why it happened. So, had something changed? Has the lull happened because maybe you haven't been doing something that you were doing before? Is it happening because you haven't been as consistent on social media, or maybe you haven't been attending as many events? Or is it something else? So external factors can also cause lulls in business. So if there has been a new influx of qualified people into your area, then sometimes when there are more people available, less people will come directly to you. So, in those circumstances, it's important to remember that your visibility is important, your SEO and your website is important, and you want to build up the know, like, and trust factor with the people that you want to serve, so that when they need your services, that you are the person that they think of. So, reminding your audience why they want to be in your circle in the first place. So getting back out there on social media, making sure your website is working for you, promoting yourself and your services. So sharing your success stories, testimonials, and any updates on your own professional development. So if you have been doing some new courses, you've been working on building your repertoire of skills that you have. People love to hear about that. And it can also be the difference between someone picking this doula over that doula, that they know they've done continuous professional development, they know they've been around a bit longer, they know that you are excited to work with them, they've seen your face if you're on social media. So being able to do all of that, demonstrating your expertise, reaffirms your value and keeps you to the forefront of potential clients' minds. So just to recap, trying to when we're trying to work on a lull in our business. So when lulls come, before we even get to that point, what we need to do is we need to build our supply. So we want to build our supply of clients. We then want to maintain that supply for a period of time. And while we're maintaining, we want to make sure that we're planning ahead for those lulls or those bumps in the road that might come, for those challenges that we might have. So by giving yourself a monthly income, but where you are able to keep some aside, so that you can always pay yourself the same amount, whether they are good months or more challenging months. And then, when or if those lulls do come along, and analyzing why you feel that has happened, and then getting yourself back out there. It's kind of like getting back out on the dating scene after a long term relationship. You need to put yourself back out there so that people know who you are, they know what you do, and that they know that you are a potential good service provider for them. You want to keep yourself at the forefront of potential clients' minds at all times. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'd love to hear how you've navigated lulls in your business, or maybe your worries or fears about potential lulls in your business. So if you would like to join this conversation, please feel free to DM me on Instagram, or come and join us in our Facebook community and have the conversation there. We love talking about podcast episodes in the Facebook group, so I would love to answer any of your questions, or to hear about how you've navigated lulls in your business as well. So thank you for joining me today. And remember that navigating business lulls is just part of the journey. But by building that steady clientele, planning financially and bouncing back with resilience, you won't just be surviving, you will be thriving in your business. But until next time, everyone, I'm Niamh and I'm signing off for today, and have an absolutely amazing week.
Don't forget to download your totally free copy of the Birth Workers Business Playbook, now available for a limited time only. So check out the show notes to get your link and get your copy.